To be able to state our location or our destination on a particular area, we use what is known as a grid reference. All maps have a grid system placed on top of it. On the Ordnance Survey maps, it's these blue squares that you can see. Each blue line marries up with a number, either going along the bottom of a map or running up to the top of a map. When using these numbers, we always make reference to the numbers going along the bottom before the numbers going up the top. And we follow the phrase along the corridor before we go up the stairs. First of all, let's take a look at how we would make a grid reference for just one of these grid squares. A grid square is 1 kilometre in size, and we're going to take a 4-figure grid reference for that whole box. Let's take a look at that now. Let's find a 4-figure grid reference for this grid square in here. You can follow my feet. So remembering the term moving along the corridor before we got the stairs, we will head along to the number that meets up with the line corresponding with that box. We've walked along the corridor. We're now going to go up the stairs, following that line until we're up to that box and meeting with the line that corresponds with that grid square. Stepping into it, I'm now standing in the 1 kilometre grid square. Looking for the 4-figure grid reference, we walked along to line 21 and came all the way up to line 66. So a 4-figure grid reference for the box I'm standing in would be 2166. Always the bottom left hand corner of the square, the two lines that meet together reference that particular grid square. 4-figure grid reference. Giving a 4-figure grid reference allows us to have that destination of a 1 kilometre square. However, if I gave that as a location to meet someone, and perhaps we came from 2 different directions, we could end up on either edge of that square, which says we could possibly be 1 kilometre apart. So we need to be more accurate than that, which is why we build up to what's known as a 6-figure grid reference. Looking at the same square, we shall choose a feature to meet at inside that grid square. In this case, we will meet at this track junction here, where a single track splits into a Y. We will use the exact junction, and I'm going to put a marker in that so we remember exactly where that is, just on that junction. Let's use the same process of moving along the corridor before we go up the stairs. We move along to line 21 and we head up the stairs to line 66. We know we're looking at this box here, which had a 4-figure grid reference of 2166. We're going to add additional numbers to that. How do we do that? We knew we were on line 21 and we're going to continue along to find how far along the box our particular feature is. If we drew a line down from our feature, we would think, how far along the line is it? If we pictured in our heads that we had 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, there wouldn't be a 10, that would be the next box. So if along the bottom and up the side of the square is 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, halfway along the box would be 5. So if we drew a line down from this particular feature junction, I would say it's just over halfway along. So I would say it's 6 along. Therefore, on the 2-1 box, it would be 2-1 and along 6. So the first 3 figures would be 2-1, 6. Coming up the way, we knew we were at box 6-6. And again, picturing 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 up the side here. How far up is our feature? If I drew a line along, I would say it's more than halfway up. It's probably 7 up. Therefore, I would be 6-6 and up 7. So the 3 digits up the way would be 667. Therefore, my 6-figure grid reference would be 66667. The 6 for Giggard reference.